What's up, Slayers? Hey, welcome back to Slay Station, babies. Let's go. The spring has sprung. Hey, it's about springtime. It's Friday night. Keeping it tight. Up all night. Whatever. Hey, good to see everybody. Hope you're doing great. It's been, 3 weeks, maybe a month since our last Slay Station. And we're back in action. No real planned agenda tonight. I'll be quite honest with you. We're just going to touch base on two new partners and sponsors, okay, to Slay Nation. We got two directors hopping on. We're going to, touch base with these guys, what's going on, right? Talk about whatever's going on in the fishing industry. We have a few Slay Nation events cracking off this weekend. And we're not even at full throttle yet, y'all. We're not even at full throttle yet. Come beginning of May, boom, here we go. All Slay Nation fully loaded, ready to bang-a-rang, talking about 22 trails, clapping. All right, and got talks with two new states and two new possible series, right? We're talking about East Texas, right? Possible new small vessel series, and Tennessee. You're the only 10 I see. So, hey, let's make sure we thank all of our awesome sponsors. We have some title sponsors. All right, just it's like the opposite. SFO Tackle Shop. That's right. Go check out Sports Fishing Outlet. Okay, they have everything you need online, or if you're local to Pennsylvania, New Jersey area, go stop in. Tell them you're a Slayer. The official kayak dealer of Slay Nation, Black Hall Outfitters. 2 locations, Old Lyme and in Westbrook. And guess what, Slayers? You got the email. Check out those discounts they're giving Slay Nation members. And best part is they ship anywhere in the United States. Let's go. Dark Horse Tackle. That's it. The tackle subscription box, right? They, are known for supporting small American businesses, right? So go check out Dark Horse Tackle. Martin's Custom Baits. Let's go. I got some Martin's Custom Baits here because they're going to be tied on my bait caster soon, right? Some knee knockers, some spinner baits, jigs, underspins, buzz baits. Go check them out. Martin's Custom Baits. Down below, we have some of our presenting sponsors like X-Zone Lures. That's right. The best. Heat your meat. The best. Stoneman & Son Lure Company. Custom baits, right? You'll be getting some of those in your Slay Nation possible prize packs if you show up to an event. The Rod Glove. Protect your investment. Hook Set Hoodlums. That's right. What do you see right here, baby? The back in action. They're full throttle. We're getting some new stuff coming out. So go check out Hook Set Hoodlums, right? This is, I have a few of their hats. I was rocking their other one, Hard Work and Passion. And this is, right, their underwater robberies. We also have Harmony Fishing Company, the official hook of Slay Nation. I actually have some on my desk right here behind the laptop, and Omnia Fishing. So go check out all of our awesome sponsors. So, hey, y'all, let's get some directors on here. Let's chit chat. Let's squawk. And we'll just take it from there, y'all. We got Jake Stem, the Sledgehammer.
What's going on, Frankie?
Series. What's up, baby? We got Joey Campbell Soup, New Hampshire Kayak Series director. There he is, right? What's up, boys? Happy Friday night. How we doing?
We're doing good.
Yeah, we're hanging in there.
Good. Joe, question. Is there, so I saw one of another Slay Nation member posted something, I think it was like early this week. They had bought the ID card holder, identification card holder from Anglers 3D Outpost, which is who we've been working with to make those 3D printed.
Right. Yeah.
And I noticed white stuff in the back of this picture. They're from New Hampshire. You still have snow?
Well, I don't want to jinx it.
Okay.
There's still some areas with snow, so
there is. Okay.
I'm in southwestern New Hampshire. In the shady areas, I have snow. Northern New Hampshire, you got snow.
Yeah, maybe it was a guy from the Northern New Hampshire series or so, because he posted a picture of it on his Catch Carbonate. And in the background, I was like, wait, they still have snow? What the heck?
They got like 1.5 feet, I want to say, like a week ago. I got some friends.
Dude, no thanks, man. We probably got like a foot of rain, but I'd rather have that than snow.
Ed's wife's hopping in real quick. We won't
Ed's
tell Ed.
wife's
We
hopping out.
promise.
Look at that. Ed Munoz, the wifey's hopping in to say, "What's up?" Hey, listen, there's some sleigh events this weekend. Tomorrow we have 2 season openers. We have the Connecticut Kayak West opening up on Highland Lake. That's a great smallmouth and largemouth body of water. Then we have our Connecticut Horsepower 250 Max. They're opening up on Candlewood Lake.
Nice.
I think Candlewood has a few tournaments tomorrow.
I was gonna say I know someone that's fishing a derb there tomorrow. That's not fishing sleigh.
Yeah, no, there's a few big boat events. I think some going out of Latins Cove, some going out of Squance. And then we have Oklahoma Small Vessel Series as well.
Nice.
And I think I don't know, I lost track. I wrote it down, but I think we might have another one.
Remember, guys, be safe on the water for these derbs. Have your life jackets on.
That's
I
right.
don't know about anywhere else, but we're getting like 30-mile-an-hour winds tomorrow, so I'm not.
Yeah, there's going to
going
be
out.
some winds. There's going to
Okay.
be between 10 and 17. Not too crazy, but out of the west and one of the lakes, especially the kayak event, that lake is manageable with the wind coming from that
Good.
side. There's you can have plenty of protection, but also stay tighter to the shoreline. All right, if you're feeling comfortable going into open water, but that's what it is. That's kayak fishing.
Yep.
And so just be responsible, take your time, and if you don't feel
West is the
comfortable,
best, as they say, so they should be chilling.
that's right. And that's what at Jimmy Houston. If the fish, the winds from the east, the fish bite the least.
Yep.
That's it, Felicia. So we wish everybody best of luck and directors, all safe, fun, and successful events. So yeah, man. Whatchamacallit, Jake Stem, you had an event in Pennsylvania recently. Oh, dang,
Yes,
son.
sir.
First
So I think
place,
I think the last time I was on, I was camping in that live. I was
you
camping.
were, that's right. Practicing for that event.
For this event, yeah, I went out to Raystown, which is our biggest lake in PA. It's huge. I mean, not huge compared to like Winnipesaukee up there in your neck of the region, but biggest lake in PA. Went out to practice. Only got one day. Day 2, it got like super windy. Ended up being muddy water, 6-inch visibility. When I went back for the derb 2 weeks later, 3-foot visibility, which is what it should be normally.
Yeah.
And I ended up catching one fish on live scope. I was throwing a jerkbait, deep diving jerkbait, caught a 12-incher, then broke off on a fish. I was fishing. I was using live scope. As you guys know, I have live scope on the kayak. I was fishing some submerged trees off of bluff walls that I found in practice the day before. I was only able to get out a couple hours because the wind was ripping that day too. So I got there, caught a 12-incher, was throwing the jerkbait again at this tree, and when I went to jerk it at one point, it just snapped clean off. I'm throwing 8-pound line, trying to be, get that jerkbait deep enough, and I thought I hit the tree that I was throwing at. And then I look on live scope, and all of a sudden I see a fish swimming off, and I'm like, that's probably a striper. And then all of a sudden I see that fish decide, I'm just going to come out of the water, and there goes jumping a 16-inch, 17-inch smallmouth. He jumps like 5 times trying to shake my bait. I literally try to catch him with my net. I try to chase him down because it's my only deep jerk bait I got.
Yeah.
And then doesn't get it. And then about 10 minutes later, my live scope goes out.
Nope.
So if you guys run Garmin's or any live scopes, all of a sudden it was saying transducer not found. Ended up cleaning it out when I got home with a vacuum because they said maybe dust got into it. And we had a dirt road that we took like 5 miles each way to get to the lake every day. And that fixed it. But the rest of the derb had no live scope. So I just went fishing old fashioned like most of us do, and caught one other one on a jig, covered a bunch of water, and then got on a bluff wall that I wanted to fish, but never got to actually practice it. And I saw something come up and looked like a small fish chasing bait, tight against the bluff wall. So I go to chuck one bait out, like a jig or something. My line had a nick in it, mid-reel. Just there goes the bait in 30 foot of line. So I'm like, okay.
Oh.
I grabbed my jerk bait I had tied on, which was 110 plus 1 megabass. The 110 plus 2 is the one I lost, so not as deep as diving.
Yep.
So I throw it at it, end up catching it like a 14-inch smallmouth. That's my third keeper. So I'm like, okay, let me run this bluff wall. 5 casts later, have one, I paused it next to the kayak and I could see, and all of a sudden, like a 15-incher came up and swiped at it, but missed it. I'm like, okay, here's something going.
Yeah.
So all these bass boats, there ended up being a bass boat derb there. Shocker. It's a big lake. So they were all throwing jerk baits, and they were kind of 45 in the bluff walls, but I was able to be literally 10 feet off the wall, and it was 12 foot deep. So I was just keeping my jerk bait in that strike zone the whole entire cast.
Yeah.
I just started going down, and I had about 1,000 yards probably of this bluff wall, and it just got crazy. I ended up catching, I think, 7 keepers. I went down at once, came back at once, and then I was 6 miles from my ramp, and I just started heading back. I was deep.
Wait, 6 miles?
6 miles, yes.
How big is this lake?
Big. It's the Juniata River Dam.
Damn.
So, yeah, there is technically a launch 2 miles closer. I would have been 4 miles from a ramp, but this launch is closed, is being constructed on. So I had an additional 2-mile run to this section of the lake. So I ended up, like I said, going down at once, coming back at once. I ended up with 87 inches. Second place was 81, and then third was like 72 out of 21 guys. So a limit got you top 4, but I ended up having a heck of a day. My biggest was an 18.75, like 4.5 pound smallie. I had smallies and largemouth, but it was just one of those days that you hope, everyone thought I was like dialed.
When the pattern works out.
It just literally, if I didn't see that one bust on top, I don't know what would have happened if that line didn't break and I grabbed my jerk bait. It was just meant to be one of those days. No live scope, just go fishing, and it worked out. So
ain't that the best when when something good comes out of a mistake or comes out of a unfortunate, right? Sometimes something has to go wrong to make it go right.
Yeah. 100%.
Whatchamacallit? What color Vision 110?
It was, so the one that I was throwing that I lost was pure white.
Okay.
110 plus 2. But the one that I tied on was a 110 plus 1, and like just a natural shad pattern, but with the water clarity, it still showed up white, really, like it was pretty bright when you were jerking around. But honestly, for the tournament, I did literally so much YouTube research, and that's a big thing I tell people is research before you go. Between Navionics, Deep Dive app is a good one that came out from Fish the Moment, YouTube. I watched every single video. But then 2 weeks prior, like I said, the water was dirty, which didn't help me, but at least I put eyes on the lake, because Google Maps only does you so good on a lake. You can't see where the laydowns are. You can't see bluff walls. You can kind of tell on Navionics and stuff. So it was good to just get the eyes on it. But that actually qualified me for their state championship. So if you guys know Bass Nation, if you win and qualify for the state championship, top 10% of their state championship goes to the Kayak Classic. So it ends up being the Elite Kayak Fishing Championship on Candlewood up your way, Frankie, which I was planning on fishing. But now I think I might try to go to the Susky and try to maybe make the Kayak Classic for next year.
Yeah, go across that stage, son.
Then Texas, it's going to be a long drive.
No, that is a long drive. That is whatever. But hey,
yes,
once in a lifetime. Joe, have you been out at all? Have you been?
Yeah, I've been out a handful of times already. The water is cold.
Yeah.
We're talking like mid to upper 30s. Water temps, and these fish are just, they're buried. They're deep, and if they bite, it's few and far between. Every time I've gone out so far, it's been with a bunch of other folks, and very, rarely are we getting, we're marking some, we can see them, but they're just, they're picky, so
I think we're behind too, because like the derb, the day of the derb was 45 to like maybe 47 degree water temp. So
I wish I had that.
We got all that rain like a week ago. Raystown went up 9 feet the weekend after.
My God.
We got like 6 inches of rain, so everything got closed. The whole, like every lake in the state pretty much got closed for tournaments. So it worked out the way it did, but we're still behind on water temps. We're just now, I think this week was a little warmer, so we're hitting like low 50s. Yeah. But I think we're definitely behind for this time of year right now.
Yeah, this week we're in the 60s this week. I don't know if I'm going out tomorrow or Sunday yet. But hopefully the temps go up. those fish are going to be a little bit more active, and then we can, I don't know,
Yeah.
they're going to be a little bit more hungry. I hope.
Yeah. 100%. I mean, that's the hope when you go out. I haven't been out yet. I just started painting my boat, and then I got to clean it and do some stuff. I do it and do paint job every season. So this year I'm going white. I'm doing white, red, black, and silver. That's the color scheme.
Dang.
Yeah, you'll see. Because I used to have a all black trailer with green, with some green accents where the hitch is and where my winch goes and all that. But I painted all that red. So I'm excited to get on the water.
It's funny because I swear every year, like I'm waiting for that temp to rise to get that good pre-spawn bite, and then it's like post-spawn July, it's 85 degrees, and I'm waiting for winter again for the cold. Like,
no, don't say winter. We're
Yeah.
we want 70s.
Yeah.
I'm sick of this cold. The cold. I know in Connecticut we've had just rain. It's just been so rainy this month so far. My sub pump isn't going off like crazy, but I'm just ready for some warm temps, some sunny days, and to get out there in the sun. Big dog, I can't big dog. I still got basketball, man. So I got my last basketball clinic is this Sunday, and soccer started this week. So I just go from basketball straight to soccer. But I wish, whatchamacallit. So, hey, we got some new sponsors to the trail, y'all. We got Anglers 3D Outpost, our buddy Sam, and they're out of Minnesota. And we also got Finex Rods, which Finex Rods, the owner, Randy Gabriel, and his son and his wife, they are the new owners of Zico Shoes, and they work with a whole bunch of other companies. And I got to see them at the Connecticut Fishing and Outdoor Expo a few weeks ago, right? Slay Nation was there. We got asked to host a kids fishing area, which was for our first year doing that, we had 925 kids come to our booth. 925 kids.
Nice.
It was awesome. We had amazing feedback. I had a green fish costume I got off
They
Amazon.
loved Frankie the Fish, didn't they?
Frankie
That's what it was.
And I tell you, Frankie the Fish got to come back next year because parents and kids were loving it. I got asked if I was a dinosaur, a crocodile, a lizard. I didn't care. And it was awesome. We had a blast. We were giving out, we gave out tons of prize packs for kids coming by to visit. We did tons of raffle prizes every hour. I mean, I got a picture where just a mob of families and kids around our tent. It was awesome. So I can't wait to do that. And that's where the new owners of Zico Shoes and Randy, he was like, Frank, you got to come over. And then their booth next to theirs was their newest adventure, Finex Rods, all carbon fiber rods. And I'll show you that website in a minute. And they have some products that they have coming out that aren't even on the website yet. They got the old school trigger rod. They have the BFS rods, right? The bait finesse system rods for bait casters to toss micro baits. I got to see some of those there that are not on the website yet, and some new color schemes I want to throw out there. And oh my God, I'm going to tell you guys straight up, like some of the color schemes I saw, people are going to go goo goo gaga over. They just are awesome. Awesome rods. 8 slayers walked out with purchasing rods. Mark Serrano, the owner of Heat Your Meat, walked out with a rod for himself and his son.
Nice.
Yeah, they were all impressed. And I was like, all right, well, I guess I got to get one. And they're giving all Slay Nation members 30% off. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to screen share real quick, and we'll go on their website and just take a gander, y'all. And let me know if you guys can see this. If you're watching from home, just comment if you can. If you can. Oh, I don't want to share that. That's the website builder that we use to upset our web to do stuff on the website. Can you guys still see me?
Yep.
Can you see this?
Yep.
All right. Anybody in the chat, can you see the website? Heat Your Meat, baby. Yes, sir. All right, excellent. So this is Finex Rod. So here's what I'll do. I'll bring you to their homepage. Really cool looking logo, which I like. Right. The website is actually clean too. I like it. And you could see right there, there's a trigger rod in the top right there. That's just the end of it.
We're not seeing it right now. We only see your Google screen.
Oh, whoops. What do you guys see?
Your Google, like you're just
sorry, maybe only the crowd can see then. Sorry, boys.
no, it's not showing up on there either. I have it pulled up on my phone too.
Oh, really? What the heck? Can anybody? Oh, I see. What the heck is that? Share this tab. Oh, how about now?
There we go. Yep. Now.
Hey, here we go. Hey, it's Franklin. Hey, it's Franklin.
You watch too many kids shows, Frankie.
What?
You watch too many kids shows. Come on.
Dude, when I used to be in sales, all the guys used to come into the office, and because he had a nephew, and you know that show Franklin the Turtle. He used to walk into work. Every time I walk into work, I'd see his head pop up from his cubicle. He'd go, "Hey, it's Franklin." All right, here we go. Take a peek, y'all. Look at here. Let's click on something here. I'll click on cranking rod, for example, right? So as you notice, first thing is their color scheme on their rods matches their logo, but these are all carbon fiber,
full cork handles too.
Yeah, yeah, full cork. They're keeping it simple, old school look, but really nice stuff. Let me get out of here for a second. So they have everything. They got spinning rods, casting. Look, we'll take a look at over here. I think they have their pistol grip on here. Here we go. Right, old school pistol grip. Man, that's old school. That reminds me of like old Rick Clunn days.
That's like before my time.
Right? Yeah, the one-hander, dude. It's the one-hander crankbait rod, man. That's one I want. I used to have one, and I don't know what I did with it. But they got some nice.
Frankie, hit About Us. I'm curious where they're from in PA because I'm pretty sure they're really close to me.
About Us. Yeah, they're fathers. I
don't know if it says where they're at, but I know they're really close to me.
Nah, no questions asked. Yada yada yada. Follow. No, it doesn't say. I have his business card upstairs somewhere. I'll text you, but yeah, he is in PA. I know that for a fact. Not sure where, but really nice guys. We'll get them on the show. I told them, hey, you want to come on Slay Station one night, so we'll get them on here so they could talk a little more about their products. But yeah, so we're really excited to have them on board. And then what I'll do is I'm going to share. We're going to go into Anglers 3D Outpost, and they've been really flexible with us. The guy is awesome, and I'm looking forward to making some more products with them for you guys. So here, let me bring this up. All right, can y'all see this? You guys see that, Jake?
Yep.
All right, Anglers 3D Outpost. All like they make everything: ice fishing accessories, live scope stuff, bait keepers. Like, I'll take you through real quick. And they're giving all Slay Nation members 25% off. But you have to purchase 2 items to get that. So I mean, look, they make a whole bunch of stuff, guys. Like bag stuff. I talked to him about, hey, you should look into making some kayak accessories. So he has, and I'll show you some of that stuff. There's kayak tracks, right? Whatever this stuff is for all you yackers out here, right?
Always customizing stuff.
Yeah, always. And I mean, like very reasonably priced.
I was gonna say that is a good price.
You know what I mean? Like that's one thing we love when we're looking for some partners is like reasonably priced items. Cup holders. He actually sent me one of these. It's a fishing lure holder. He sent me one of those when he sent me the first prototype of the ID holder. So, I mean, you could put that on your John boat, your kayak somewhere if you really wanted to, on your black box or something. But I'll show you what we've been working on, and it's for everybody for CPR fishing, and it's your ID holder or your tag holder, whatever the hell you want to call it.
I didn't realize they had this much stuff, Frankie. Holy moly.
Yeah, they have a ton. They have a ton. So there it is. That's it right there. And that green hog trough right here, that green catch board, that's actually mine. He took my picture when he sent it to me to try it out. And they added the you get 2 clips to these metal clips to keep your, if you look in this photo right here, that's the 2024 Slay Nation ID card. And and yeah, man, I mean, $23, can't beat it. I think Catch sells theirs for 30, and it's aluminum.
35.
Just pivots, so if you don't need it, whatever, or you know, can fold down, fold up, depending on how you store your stuff. But this one says for the Catch X only, but it also fits on a polycarbonate.
Okay, it does. Yeah, I've had a few folks ask me.
Someone put it.
I pushed that on some of the some of our New Hampshire sites, and they asked, "Oh, well, I don't have an aluminum board. I just have the carbonate board," and they weren't sure if it fit or not. So
yeah, it did. That's the picture I was telling you about from one of our New Hampshire slayers. Mm-hmm. He had it on his carbonate board.
Nice.
Oh, I guess it fits there too.
Perfect.
Because I don't have one to try it on, and the Sam, the owner of Anglers 3D Outpost, was asking. I was like, oh man, I'll try to get a buddy. But we never got to it. But look, I mean, they got live scope transducer travel covers.
I need one of those.
I mean, look.
Well, there you go.
I do need one of those.
Right? Perfect. I mean, that solves the problem you just talked about, Jake.
Yeah.
And I mean, dude, it's $24. Like, come on now. And then you buy
excuses then.
Buy another accessory that you need. And
if you guys don't, I know we're talking about the ID holder. If you guys don't have the one that flips up off the board, and you just have I had the tourney tag one that slides over, which does the job, but I literally have had people fishing our events that they slid off the board without them knowing. I recently upgraded to a flip up one before this one was made, but those style ones in general are so nice to have. And who knows, if you catch a giant, then you gotta worry about your tourney tag falling off the end of the board. Mm-hmm. And Brett wouldn't have to worry about that because he only catches 12 inches, and he's not even on the podcast tonight. But I still have to talk smack to Brett because
I gotta talk smack to Brett too because UConn beat Purdue, baby. Let's go. And they won by 15 points, dude. That's how
I told him they lost because he was there.
That's funny. Yeah, but that would have been cool. I had a buddy that was there, one of my best friends.
Oh, that's cool. Rod rack.
Kayak rod rack. Let's go, kid. Dude.
They got everything.
See what I'm saying, boys? Dude, this guy can make anything. Hey, and I got some ideas to run by him. He's like, you let me know, dude. I'll send you a prototype. So really cool stuff. Excited to work with these guys. Luge Strike King codes coming for all the Slayers soon. Whoa.
That was Justin Norton.
Just Oklahoma Slayer.
He said earlier he needs to DM you about some sponsors.
We'll see what happens.
To work with
Lewis, some new reels, baby. I haven't spent anything. I haven't gotten. I went to Bounty Hunter, and I got myself some X Zone stuff, three bags. Nothing crazy, but that's it. That's all I've really gotten for myself. I haven't done anything so far. I mean, not that I need anything.
I've done okay. The problem is tournaments. That's the thing is how I've accumulated so much stuff is you go to a derb, you practice, then you're like, oh, they're definitely on this. So you go to the local tackle shop, you buy $100 worth of stuff, $50 worth of stuff, and then tournament day comes and they don't even eat that. And then you just come home with more tackle than you went.
Yeah.
And it's a cycle. And it's a cycle. And that's fishermen, right? And we're just suckers. Honestly, if all of us just went in your garage or your basement and you just looked at everything you've accumulated, it's thousands and thousands of dollars, and you're just like, oh my God, what the hell's wrong?
We'll use it one day, Frankie. That's what we just tell ourselves.
That's all it takes. And then when you really need it too, you're like, oh, I remember I got that 2 years ago because they were biting on it, and then. Well, that's at home.
Oh my God! Sometimes
I do try to pack. I try to bring as much as I can.
Exactly. Sometimes I like when I clean out the garage, spring cleanup, and I'm cleaning out my garage. I'm like, and you stumble upon a box of like bags of baits, and you're just like, oh my God, I forgot I even had this. And you're like, dude, how come I'm not using it?
Right.
Like, this is some good stuff. Like, that's my favorite. You're like, oh my God. I used to
Christmas all over again.
yeah,
Yeah,
for
right.
real. You're just like, damn, I haven't thrown this thing in years. Like this bait, this is a good bait. How come I don't use it? That's my favorite thing. You stumble upon something that you forgot you even had, and you're like, oh shoot. Okay. All right, let's go now. But yeah, whatever. But yes, we should have a Secret Santa Christmas swap. Everyone buys a Walmart
Shoebox.
Sterilite shoebox. You give out random names to every slayer, and we send a box of tackle that has accumulated in the corner.
That was Justin's idea.
It's not a bad
I'm
idea.
down. I got plenty of
Random,
tackle.
yeah.
I've done that with my club. The
Have you?
past few seasons, we do a swap. So we put a limit on it, $10 limit, and you could buy whatever it is, whatever kind of bait. If you want to be silly. If you want to be serious, doesn't matter. And we do that. And some guys buy like the really good stuff. And if you get lucky on the swap, you're like, oh damn, like I got a really nice hula popper. I ended up not using it, but it was a really cool looking hula popper with like a more modern paint job. Someone else got the the traditional gag gift, the penis spoon. It was like a 3-incher. I was like, yo, Dave, it's bigger than yours. And I actually think he threw one. Send me your jackhammers for Christmas.
That's Kyle. That's a college angler. Kyle knows I don't even own a jackhammer. I don't use jackhammers.
Yeah, he only uses sledgehammers, son. That's right, dude. Forget the
sir.
jackhammers. We got to get.
I'm just gonna get that name. I need to get that name on my kayak or something.
Sledgehammer, dude. Let's go. Hi, Frankie. Hi. I don't know who it is, but
Michael Cronin.
Oh, Mike Cronin. What's up, Slayer? That's a New Hampshire Slayer.
Nice.
Yeah. So whatever, but I believe the native watercraft Big Bass, they were in California. Last weekend? They had their largest kayak tournament ever out there in Cali with 210 anglers.
That's crazy.
That's awesome. That is really cool. So shout out to the West Coast over there and native watercraft for
Greg Blanchard. Greg Blanchard caught the second biggest fish.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he won an hour and he almost won the kayak, another native, when he's got
dang.
5.
Wow, that's
that
cool.
should be a good video. I know a couple other guys film YouTube videos out there, so I'm excited for the Susky this year. Again, in October, we're definitely going to hit 150, if not closer to 200.
Yeah. What do you know what the biggest fish was?
23 and change. That's
23
Kyle.
and
It was
change?
23 and change, Kyle. I think 23 and a half, and Greg was like
nothing.
22.
That's nothing, dude.
Yeah.
My God, that's like hanging off the board, man, almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have any. Yeah, I don't know.
Well,
Whatchamacallit? I don't know if you guys watch, but Bass After Dark podcast last night, and the topic was, are we on the brink of another world record bass being caught? And they had a few fishing biologists on talking about it. So I personally, I don't know. I don't know. They're saying possibly, but I don't know, from everything we see, I don't know. Aren't they trying to, get more bigger fish going in lakes right now?
I think certain, like someone just commented, and that's Kyle in Texas, 100%. I could see with like the program they have possibly, but like out in Cali, I've heard they stopped stocking trout, which is why they don't get the big trout eaters like they used to. In Japan, the pressure's through the roof. So I think honestly, probably not. I didn't listen to the podcast, but off the top of my head, I'd say no, except for maybe like Texas, who's actually trying to breed an absolute giant.
Yeah. Is there a national Slayers tourney or something like that, or maybe talks of one? Not yet. That's something. I assume you mean like a national, like a
championship,
or you mean like a national, like series, like a regional
online series or something?
Online series. Yeah, just clarify on that. But no, we don't have any national like big event for qualifying or anything like that.
Yes.
Not yet. Yeah,
we do like PA and New York do the Civil War. I don't know. I think there's a couple other states that are going to try to do that this year, which is always fun. Justin, where's Justin Fish? You said Justin Norton,
Oklahoma, I believe.
Oklahoma. See, I don't know if there's any other states next to you that have sleighs, but see if you guys can do a civil war. Best
there's
teams from
nothing-
each state for a mega tourney.
Yeah.
Down the road, I think that's definitely a possibility. That'd be crazy.
Yeah. Well, the best teams from each state, because we have all different types of series, right? So it would
Yeah.
depend. Like
We'd have to do-
we would have to go by category, like a
Yeah.
Slay Nation Kayak Series Championship, a Slay
Right.
Nation Small Vessel Series Championship, Slay Nation Horsepower Series,
Which is kind of what KBF does.
Yeah.
When they have their championship.
Yeah, believe me, that's something in the notebook to do. We just really want to
Take them to
build.
Candlewood, the land of giants.
Yeah, but the parking sucks.
No,
You only get so much parking. Because we can have something bigger than 40 parking spots. That's the thing. Yeah, that'd be sick. Yeah, it's in the works. We're trying to get some more states on board. And that'll happen. That'll happen. Mark my words. That'll happen. And when it does, it's going to be done right. And it's going to be fun as hell. I'll tell you that much.
I really like what New York did with their kayak stuff. New York literally has a championship with all the kayak clubs in the state.
Yeah, the whole state. Yeah, because they have multiple kayak
clubs from each club out of like 6 clubs.
Yeah, that's
awesome.
awesome.
A championship. They did their first one last year, and that was really a really successful event.
Yeah, that's a great idea. That's a great idea. I know. Yeah.
Give me a kayak down there. I'm gonna fly down. I ain't driving.
Yeah, take your helicopter. Oh, wait. I guess Joe, did New Hampshire feel that earthquake last week?
So, yeah, well, apparently some folks did. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I didn't. I was in the middle of class and I'm just like, doing my thing. And apparently everybody felt it, but I didn't. There was only a handful of folks that did. A little bit south of us, they felt it a lot more, but yeah, that was a big to do for sure.
It was only like 40 miles, maybe 40, 50, 60 miles from me, but I didn't feel it. I was I didn't feel it, but May did, and I was pissed because I wanted to feel it because I didn't feel the last one like 10 years ago. So I'm still bummed I didn't feel an earthquake, but
Yeah, I felt it. I didn't even know it was. I was teaching a preschool class, and we were like wrapping up. They were cleaning whatever beanbags and stuff, and I felt the school shake, right? Like literally, like pretty good. I thought it was a helicopter, like overhead, right? Just low. It had that sound, and the teacher's like, "Frank, what was that?" I'm like, "I don't know, a helicopter." And then as I was letting that class out, and the next one was coming in, the music teacher and one of the secretaries was like, "Frank, did you feel that?" I go, "Yeah, that earthquake 4.8 out of New Jersey." I was like, "What?" I was like, "Damn, that's weird." It was like weird, right? And then later on that day, we were home. Wait, was it Friday? Yeah, it was Friday, April. It was my anniversary. And so my wife and I were getting ready to go out to dinner. And she was like, "Did you feel that?" I'm like, "I think so." And it was another earthquake or aftershock, whatever the hell you call it, a 4.0. And I was like, Jesus, what's going on?
I didn't know there was a 4.0.
Jeez.
Yeah,
peace out, Justin. Be safe tomorrow. Have fun.
Yeah, have fun, brother. Take some pics.
It's funny because like 4.8, we're freaking out, and Callie's like, no biggie.
Yeah, they don't even feel that.
No.
Oh, I know, dude. I tell you, the windows were shaking. I totally thought it was a helicopter, like overhead or something. But I forgot that even happened.
We're just not even used to it up here, so we're like, what?
Yeah.
Didn't know what it was. They're just like,
earthquake.
what happened? What was that? Yeah. So
yeah, weird time.
It was, yeah.
Some weird times, man. But hey, is what it is. Then we had the eclipse, like whatever. It's like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't really care for that much. I'll be honest.
You didn't stare at the sun? Come on.
I did not. I had a wiffle ball after school program. I was running.
They're all just like staring at the sun.
No, we went in the gym because I knew these, our school, they gave out all the kids the glasses, and the parents had to be present to take them on the field. So they did that. Whatever. It was, the kids were getting a kick out of it. Me, I was like, whatever. Nothing against anybody that's interested in it. I knew I had a class, and I was like, all right, I got to be inside anyway. Slay Nation 250 tomorrow. Oh, nice. Who's that?
Brad Mantle.
Oh, Brad. My
Good
boy.
luck, Brad. Be safe.
That's the 2023 Small Vessel Slayer of the Year, his other half.
Dang. Throw a jerk bait.
Yeah, dude.
That's all you need on Candlewood this time of year.
Have fun, Brad. Be safe. Take some pics, man. I love it, dude. I love seeing. All right, this like, and we're not even full throttle yet. We don't start
I
full
know.
throttle with Slay Nation
Yeah.
events in May, and then you're going to start seeing Slay events, upcoming Slay events, and it's going to be like, 14 events a weekend here. Jake College Kayak Series
Yes,
cracks
sir.
off soon.
Next
Uh,
weekend,
oh, that's
Lake Anna.
Oh my God, the 20th. That's right.
Yep. Next weekend, we're down in Lake Anna, Virginia for the first event of the season. It's supposed to be 80s when we're there.
What?
Yeah.
Dude, you better get a tan, bro.
High 70s, low 80s. It's gonna be.
Oh my
turns
God.
out.
Do you know how nice that's gonna feel?
Oh,
80s.
I know. Well, it turns out now that the TBF Tri-National Championship for like the tri-state area is also on that lake. So I'm gonna have a ton of boat captains with high school kids on the lake as well.
Have a championship this early?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's from last season that carries over, but I looked for kayak derbs and I kind of looked at boat derbs and I missed over it when I was looking at it, but I'm not too worried about it. That's the only derb on that lake and it's a giant lake. So
yeah. Huh.
But yeah.
Joe, your roster's filling up pretty good, dude, for a first time.
I know it's getting there. We got a lot of folks from that were expressing like, hey, we want kayak only, and I was like, hey, let's do it up, and then now we're getting people from we're getting New Hampshire, Vermont, Massachusetts just coming in. I'm in that southwest corner, and hopefully it sparks interest in Massachusetts to get them like a kayak.
We used that like years ago. Not years ago, like we're that old, but like our first or our second year, we had a kayak series in Mass. Never really got too big. We've always had a small vessel series.
Yeah.
But the kayak thing, we just never could really get it going. Plus MAKBF, they done a great job, and they got plenty. They got different.
There's a ton of really big
regions. I know a lot of those guys that are in those too. Good dudes. New Hampshire is ready for warm water. Yeah, ain't that the truth? So was Connecticut and everybody.
You ain't kidding.
Old Northeast, like I'm, like the fact that Jake just said he's going to be in 80-degree weather. Dude. Oh my God.
Pictures.
Yeah,
for real.
I haven't seen 40-degree water all year, so
it's gonna be 62 probably. I mean, there's a hot side on Lake Anna because it's a nuclear plant, so the hot side's already like 75-degree water temp.
Oh wow!
They spawned like 3 months ago.
Oh my God!
But the normal side of the lake is going to be like 60, 62. It's going to be a spawning derb. I think 1,000%.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
all right. Well, we'll see what happens, but we're excited to get those college kids out there again, and I got to mail you. Who won? Was it Dylan? He's the AOI.
Dylan was AOI.
Is he be there?
Yeah.
Oh, he is? Good. Yeah. So. All right, because I was going to mail him the plaque directly, but I'm going to mail it to you.
Yeah,
you can hand it to him and take a picture of you handing it to him.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, that's what I'll do. Good thing we talked about that because I almost forgot. But whatchamacallit? So fishing world, right? The elites, they're down. Harris Chain Lakes. They had the first day was canceled. Dude, they had some high winds. Those winds were you don't want to be.
I believe a tornado did touch down in Florida.
Oh, really?
That's why they canceled. There was tornado warnings. I believe. I don't know if that's what I heard. I don't.
Okay.
I haven't fact checked myself, but I did. I thought I heard that one touchdown.
Yeah, they're down there. I forgot to even set up my fantasy team. I totally didn't even know they had a friggin' event.
I did, and I have 4 out of my 5 guys are in like 95th to 100th. So you honestly are almost beating me. So it is the worst I've ever done in a fantasy.
God,
it's tough. They've never been there. They've never been there. This time of year.
Dude, plus, it's also tough just picking because the guys that because I know for me when I pick my fantasy lineup, I also look at the percentage of how many other people have taken. And you always try to pick like the lower percentage angler.
And I look at where they're from. Like I picked Bernie 100%. Schultz. I was like, he's from Florida. He usually does well. No, he's got like 4 pounds today, and I'm like, thanks, Bernie.
Yeah, nothing crazy. Nothing crazy big was caught today anyway.
Rookies still did good. Rookies
of course.
It's crazy, and they're barely scoping. Some of them weren't scoping at all. So
tomorrow morning, I'll turn it on TV, Fox or whatever channel they play.
Jordan Lee, John Cox.
Yeah.
Who else?
Yeah. I'm gonna watch it tomorrow. Cup of coffee. What else? Yeah, I guess like the whole MLF stuff, right? With James Watson being suspended from MLF for running his mouth about
Fish and boat docks. That's all he's
Yep.
doing.
hashtag FBD with him and Boyd Duckett. That's been pretty fun to just watch. Whatever. Who
Yeah,
cares?
it's just
It's entertaining. It's just crazy. You're just like, Jesus Christ. There's more drama on fishing.
Bassmaster Kayak on Possum Kingdom tomorrow.
Oh, that's tomorrow?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Bass Nation
Look at
Kayak
that.
Series.
I expect there to be some big uns caught.
Dude.
PK.
You need a 30-inch board for that event because
you do.
you could catch one over 26.
25 and a quarter, dude. Like, oh my God. I could not imagine catching a 25-inch fish on the kayak, and then you got to measure it. And
My biggest is the 22 and a half.
In a kayak?
In a kayak. And it was crazy. I actually caught a 21.5-inch rainbow trout this week. Live scope.
Oh, that's right, dude.
Yeah.
5-pounder?
It was 5.09 pounds stock trout. It was literally 2 feet under the surface. I threw a little minnow at it and it chased it for like 30 feet and then finally ate it. And I saw it come up and I was like, oh, that's my PB trout for sure.
Yeah. Did you throw
That's
that
2
back?
big trout I've caught this year live scoping. I caught one in like February on a different lake.
But
I
didn't realize. Yeah, Ryan Nye, Jack Tibbins, and Derek Brundle. They're at the.
I knew Brundle was there. I didn't realize Tibbins and I went.
I didn't either.
Good luck, boys.
Yeah, let's go, dudes. All right, now I'll be paying attention.
Congrats to Nye expecting.
Yeah,
gonna be a father, huh?
Yeah, they're expecting. Yeah, he told me that a week or two before the expo, and then they announced it. I think early this week. So congrats to them. All right, we wish the beautiful baby, no matter what it is, as long as it's healthy.
He'll be catching fish by like 6 months old.
That's for real. That's right. I'll have to get him an extra kayak.
There you go.
He's got another one. He's good. He's ready to go.
That's true. He does. He did some seminars. He did 6 seminars at the Connecticut Fishing.
How did that go? That looked like he had some traction.
Yeah. Friday was a little quiet, right? It's a school day and people work. But Saturday, Sunday, I mean, the rooms were packed. I think they take like 30 to 40 people max in those little seminar spots. But
I have a question. How many people said, why don't you just buy a bass boat instead of having that kayak?
I'll tell you what, we had his kayak set up at our
I know, I saw, that's why I asked.
And tons of people. It was a huge talking point. I mean, that kayak alone, with it, he had it all rigged up, set up like he would in a tournament, which was awesome to see. And I mean, so many people, young, old. I mean, a lot of older guys. When I mean older, I mean a lot older than me. I'm talking about in 60s, 70s, like just like really digging it. Like we're like, what is this? This is really cool. Oh, the trolling motor on a kayak. What do these screens mean? I mean, like when Ryan would do a seminar, we were kind of at the booth and people would walk up to it. I'd always just joke around, be like, oh, you like my kayak? And they're like, yeah, this thing is dope. And I'm like, yeah, it's not mine. It's the guy talking. And they're like, oh, what's this do? What's this screen? And I'm like,
for people that don't know, Ryan Nye has an Old Town Autopilot 136, which has spot lock, and he has 3 fish finders on it. He has mapping, he has perspective mode, and he also has live scope.
Yeah. So the guys, there was one guy there with his kid and his wife, and they were talking. It was like Saturday, like evening or something like that. And I was like, yeah, you like my kayak? He's like, dude, this thing is like crazy. How much is all this? I'm like, I think it's like 15 grand altogether. And he's like, what's this screen? He's like, oh, I know what that is. And then 2 of my guys come over and they're like, Frankie, you don't know who this is? And I'm like, no, who are you? And he's from the show Wicked Tuna. They had a booth there. I didn't know that because I don't watch the show anymore. I used to watch the older Wicked Tuna, but it's the newer one.
I'm gonna go catch a tuna off the yak.
Yeah, they were all there. The girls that are on the show were there too. And so I'm like, oh, dude, I'm sorry. I didn't realize. He's like, dude, he looked like regular dude, looked like I don't know, like a skateboarder or something. I don't know how to describe it. Longer blonde hair and stuff. Cool guy. And my guy shook his hand and I was like, oh, sorry, man. I didn't know who you were. He's like, dude, don't worry about it. I was like, I'll be honest, I don't watch the show. But I felt like a schmuck a little bit. And so that night I went home and I tried looking up reruns to see I'm like, oh, well, there he
You
is.
felt bad. You had to go watch now.
Yeah, I did because I don't watch the saltwater stuff. I mean, Deadliest
Yeah.
Catch stuff I used to watch, but not as
Yeah.
much anymore. It's not the same crew. But yeah, whatever. So that was like the celebrity moment of
Is that the most rigged out kayak you've seen, Frankie?
oh, like up close?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't
Okay.
yeah. I mean, no one else really in my club has anything like that. I mean, him and Tibbins and Baxter, a few of the kayak guys that have decent, but I saw nice fully.
I didn't know if you'd seen one full. Like Ryan Nye's probably one of like 5 that I know of that has the 3 graphs.
Yeah, and first of all, the kayak is heavy as hell with everything on it, and I'm like, dude, part of
It's got a
I'm
trailer
like,
though.
I'm just getting a boat, bro. I'm just getting a boat at that point. I'm like, you guys are sitting on a friggin' plastic thing this wide. I'm like, God bless you guys, but
I love it.
I know
love
I
it.
don't mind it. I got to sit in, believe whatever, but
Now you got to go. Have you ever been? You got to hop in Ryan's when he's at one of your derbs. And
I've never been in a nice one. I've not, not like that. Just mine, and my John boat. I do want to get one though. I do want to get one because there's some of our derbs that I like. I'd like to be in a kayak. I have no problem fishing like that. I've done it for years in a sit-in.
Yeah.
I remember when the KFL or the KBBT, when I used to do those online KBBT things, and I did one of them, and I was fishing against, I think, Richie McMichael out of like Indiana, Nebraska, I don't know, up there. He's pretty good. And I was fishing my honey hole, and I caught a 22 1/4 on the sit-in. I ended up winning that event, and I have my hog trough sit, on, the sit. I can't.
You're making me nervous already.
Yeah, dude.
You're making me sweat.
Oh,
Get the camera way up here.
Oh my God. Let me tell you, boys, I was just like, I got to take this. I took like 20 pictures because he started getting a little squirmish, and I let him go. And I was like, I don't ever want to do that again. That was scary.
For guys that like have sit on tops like mine that still put it on their like knees,
Yeah.
that like it drives me nuts. I get goosebumps. I start sweating for them. And I'm like, stop.
First of all, if the fish flips, the fish is going in. And secondly, your catch board.
I
could be
angle
going
my
in.
board. I put my net on the other side of the head of the board. Like,
Yeah.
I don't take no chances unless it's like, if it's a 13 incher and I don't really need it, maybe I'll do it. But Joe, what kayak are you in?
I'm in a native.
Okay.
I'm in a Slayer Max 12.
Nice.
And it's like we were out last. When did we go out? I think Sunday we went out, and it was. I mean, up here it was choppy. The water was 38, and it was cold, and the wind. I mean, it was just blowing water everywhere too. So it just wasn't a comfortable situation. I just run the propel drive. I don't have a motor yet.
That's what I
maybe
did.
someday. Once I get into something big and like a big enough body of water where I'm like, I don't feel like pedaling. I mean, I've brought it to Winnipesaukee before.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that. But when I fished Winnie, we were fishing with like EKF, and everybody's got a motor up there for that. So it's
When
like,
did you fish that event 2 years ago?
Yeah. Yep.
I fished that event.
Yeah.
I had a pedal drive and no live scope, and after that season,
I didn't have. Yeah, I just had my little Garmin, and and I was like, okay, I'm marking some fish, and I didn't even catch a limit that tournament. I got like 3, but I didn't finish last. So hey,
It's crazy. It's crazy. All those guys have those freaking nice.
God, yeah.
Joe, how long is the native Slayer?
What's 12 and a half.
12 and a half. How
yeah,
long
it's
all around.
I wish I went with the 10 and a half, because like, I mean, for Winnie, for the larger lakes, it's not that bad. But the smaller lakes, like the 2 to 500 acre lakes, a 10 and a half foot would just be fine. But the 12 and a half foot if I want to get on this like some skinny water or like really shallow water, or if it's like windy, I mean, it all depends.
Yeah.
It can be cumbersome. Loading is cumbersome for one, but
Okay.
but gear storage, it's like, I need it. So it's that's
Okay.
that, that's kind of where I'm at. I haven't gone on saltwater yet with it. It's hopefully this summer, knock on wood, I will. I'll get out there for some stripers and stuff up here. But yeah.
That's one thing I don't think I'll ever do is go somewhere where there's sharks in a kayak. And two, I don't even know if I could do alligators down south. When you see like Bailey from Serious Angler when he fished that one derb and they were mating and like hissing and like, first of all, I don't think I could. I don't know.
I don't think
They're
I could
bigger
either,
than
I'll
my
be honest.
kayak. Nah, I'm good.
Like being in
Like
water
in a boat,
like that.
you're higher up. Like they're not gonna mess with
Yeah.
you. But in a kayak, I feel like they're just like think you're like a chicken nugget and they just want to come eat you.
I can't even go to the beach without thinking of. I'm dead serious. Like every time I'm at the beach with my kids, whatever. Like they don't really go deep because they just don't. But like if I'm out there on my way, I swear to God, all I do is I just scan the water, like looking for a freaking fin.
Yeah.
Like I'm just.
I had
there's
a
no way.
stingray come out of like dirty water in the beach. I was up to like my waist when I was younger, and literally like came up to the surface right by me, and I was like, "Nope." My eyes got huge, and I turned around. I was like, "Nope, nope." I don't know if it was a harmful stingray, but no, it was like the size. It was like this big, but I was like, "No,
Yeah.
I'm done."
Well, we don't have to worry about that up here in New Hampshire where the water doesn't get above 40,
That's
so.
true. That's true.
Yeah, I'm all set with that stuff. I caught a stingray on my honeymoon. We caught a fishing. I was catching Jack Creval's on a topwater bait.
Oh, nice.
And then I had like, I don't know, some kind of saltwater jig or something. I bought the tackle shop, and I get it like a decent bite. And I'm like, oh my God. And it's just my line. Zzz, and the guy's like, oh, you probably got a shark. And I'm like, oh, awesome. So I'm backing up on the shore because I was like waist deep in the water. And then it was like taking forever. He's like, oh, actually, you might have a stingray. He's like, you might have snagged a stingray. I'm like, oh, great. But whatever. I reel it in. Dude, it was a big stingray, and he actually ate the lure. He bit the bait. And I was like, oh my God. So I'm like, what do I do? And this guy from Canada came over. He brought his beach chair, pinched down the tail so it wouldn't whip me or anything. And somebody got a pair of pliers, and I took the bait out, and then we scooted it back in the water, and there it went. And I was like, holy shit. I look at my wife. She's like, what did you catch? I'm like, a stingray? The frig? How did you catch a stingray, dude?
Yeah.
And, whatever. It was cool. I could say I caught a stingray, but someone there, it was like stingray mating season. Cause I remember I was in the water at one point and I just see like, waves of stingrays coming down the shallow part near the beach. I'm like, what the frig? And the lady's like, dude, the stingray shuffle. I'm like, well, what is that? And she goes, just start stomping your feet because the vibrations, they'll feel it and go around you. And dude, I had like 30 to 40 like stingrays. I'm shuffling my feet, just went around me. It was pretty cool. That was cool. I think I pissed my pants, but it got really warm real quick. And
that's what you're supposed to do when you get stung by a jellyfish, not a stingray.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
And so I just started shuffling my feet, and literally it worked there. And every time I was fishing, like I'd always see a few, and I would do that, and it would work every time. Every time they go around me, like ahead, like before they even like saw me. And that was really cool. That was down in Fort Myers, down in Florida, on the Gulf of the Gulf of Mexico. It was really cool. Saw dolphins and stuff. It was really nice. But other than that, I don't saltwater fish much.
Yeah,
I'm all set with that. I might take my kids this summer though. We might do some dock fishing for like little baby. Oh my God, what the hell you call them? The snapper blues, the little ones.
Yeah.
Yo,
Ed,
where are you taking a nap? Come on.
Your wife
dude.
was on earlier. She said not to say nothing.
It's always 9 o'clock, my guy.
Ed, she told us to ask you about you fell off a kayak or something.
Oh, I did see that video.
Took the old Georgia plunge.
Did you see that video?
No, I didn't watch it.
Yeah, he posted it.
I shared it, but I didn't watch it.
Yeah. I'm glad you're okay, Ed. That scares me. Huh?
out of that green kayak.
Yeah, he was on the river and he got stuck up. His lure got stuck and he got caught by a tree that was down the river. Classic thing. As soon as you start to tip, the river water catches it and just flipped him right over. Luckily, he was able to stand, but that probably was not. Yeah, he said it was cold. I would
Yeah.
not have. Yeah, I don't mess with like Susky. I won't even touch the Susky till it gets like in the mid 50s, upper 60s, just because I don't have a dry suit first of all, which is number one thing.
Yeah.
But you know, I'd rather go on a lake than a river with that cold water, especially the
100%.
Susky where it's deep enough.
Joe, does New Hampshire have rivers like that? Like, is that popular for smallmouth fishing up that way?
Well, yeah. I mean, the Connecticut River is a great smallmouth fishery. I mean,
that's great.
it can be deep. It can be a foot deep. It can be 60 feet deep. It depends on where you're at.
Okay.
But it's all from what I've seen, like from videos and stuff from the Susky. It's like it could be similar, but it's different for sure. It's different. I think a lot of the same tactics will work, which would be good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we have a lot of we can get a lot of football smallies out of the Connecticut River up here for sure.
I fished it out of Mass, I believe, was when Elite Kayak fished it, and it's different.
They did the whole state of Mass.
Yeah, so I was like in the center of Mass, and it was a lot different from the Susky stretch that we fished. So
that's because I fished that one too, and it's like because they won out of a setback. Like that's where everybody was catching a lot of the big largemouth out of. I was going for smallmouth for that one. It just wasn't happening. But
I launched where that guy launched. I ended up doing the main river, and then I came back in the cutback. And
that's what everybody was talking. I was in a different spot, and I'm like, that was my second go-to. But I'm like, I think everybody's going to go there for sure. And they did. A lot of folks did for sure. Yeah.
Like we were talking about kayaks. Literally, I was like, maybe there was 15 kayaks there, Frankie.
Yeah.
And all morning before launch, all you heard was beep, 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 beep from the motor guide.
God.
Everyone had the motor guide. And I'm sitting there with my pedal drive going, oh no.
Yeah.
Just beeping away with their motor guides. And I'm this is really interesting. Whatever. But that was a cool river. I mean, though the launch fees in that river are ridiculous. I went to a marina. It was $40 to launch for the day.
Dude.
So if you come up to New Hampshire, there's no launch fees. You could just pull off the side of the road. There's launches like in almost every town. And you can just launch anywhere. So
wow.
Which is I mean, you have to know that kind of that section where you want to fish, but but it's so windy up here that you got rocks, you got wood, you got laydowns and stuff like that. You have sand, oxbows and a lot of setbacks. It's just it's incredible.
Yeah.
But you got to know where you want to go and what you're going to fish for too. Like if you're going to target smallies and you're going to go for those rocks and stuff.
Yeah.
That was Jack saying, "Woo, what's up, Jack? If you're still in here, good luck tomorrow."
Oh, what's up, buddy?
You, Nye, and Brundle.
Yeah, dude.
Sack him up. Catch that 26-incher.
Show him what those Yankees can do, son. Oh, speaking of Yankees, dude, my wife spray tanned a Yankees pitcher's wife last night.
Frankie, that was the most
random, but
random.
I said Yankees, and it made me think of
Just on a tangent.
Hey, big news in the Provolone household. We're getting a dog.
I did see that.
Yeah, we're getting a puppy. We're getting a mini doodle. Well, we always thought that, because my son he's allergic to dogs. And if you Google hypoallergenic dogs, a mini doodle pops up, but yet I'm told there's no such thing as a hypoallergenic pet. And I'm like, then why are they labeled this? Whatever, whatever. So anyway, we're getting a black mini doodle. Her name's Luna. She got like a little white under her chin, little white paws. She's really cute. And we pick her up. But on the way there, it's my old stomping grounds, like towards where I grew up. And I found some river access spots that this house is right near. And I'm like, oh my God, because I've been wanting to do some river fishing. So I got some new spots I found. on the way there that I was like, oh, I'm taking the kayak out there. Even my sit-in. And they live right across the street from a reservoir, and there were some kayakers out, and I was like, oh snap, look at this. So but yeah, we're getting a puppy on the 23rd. We pick her up.
Nice.
Yeah, it'll be cute. Kids are excited.
You gotta get a little sleigh jersey.
Oh, a sleigh collar. I
There
will.
you go.
And you know damn well that the name Slayer went through my brain, but I knew it was never going to work out for my
You're
wife.
like, nope, not a shot. Not
There's
even
no
gonna
way. You know, they're putting out names. They're like, oh yeah, what about Shadow and this and that. I'm like, what about Slayer? Yeah, no. All right.
Yeah.
I got shut down pretty quick. But yeah, we're
Worth
excited.
a shot. Worth a shot.
Yeah, worth a shot. Who cares? Right? Whatever. Yeah, it's okay. Dad'll be taking it out, take a piss all the time. Whatever. Just use me. Why don't you? Yeah, guys. So listen, we're at like an hour and 10 minutes in. It's Friday night. I know I'm looking for. I started that Netflix series, Mindhunter. It's like it's like a series. I think they have 3 or 2 seasons, and it's actually really dope. It's about like 2 detectives that are like trying to figure out the mind of like these serial killers from like the 70s or something like that, 80s, and it's pretty dope. So I'm looking forward to finishing that. But yo, Frankie, we getting the new tan hats. Oh, Ed.
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
So Ed, yeah, I posted those. I haven't posted them to all Slay members yet, though. That was just on the social media stuff. I'm trying to get because before I've ever had any hat made, I usually get some made so I can make sure the embroidery is good. So I'm just gonna do that. I'm probably just gonna place like a smaller order to see how they come out. But yes, once if I think the embroidery is good, then we're gonna do a big detail.
You can't even tell the sweat lines I got in this one.
Yeah, that's an older Slay hat, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are.
I'm gonna be getting one of those tan ones. They came out really
Oh,
good.
for sure.
The
Yeah.
tan ones look nice, and I like the black ones too.
Mm.
I'm like, ooh. So I gotta get some made. Because the embroidery, some embroidery places do it different than others, and
Yeah.
if it doesn't look clean, we don't want it.
If it's not Slay, we don't want it.
Yeah, if it ain't Slay, then we don't play. Anyway, but hey, guys, thanks for hopping on. Have a great weekend, and if you get out there, be safe. And for everybody tuning in, appreciate y'all. So go check out Joe Campbell. Go check out Jake Stem, and you boys. I'll be talking to you soon.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. All right, y'all. Have a great weekend. Right, get out there. If you're a Slay Nation member, right, or not a member, hey, we wish everybody a happy weekend, and don't forget to use those discount codes. Right, we got some good ones. Get prepared for another Slay season, our 6th Slay season. Appreciate y'all as always. Peace, love, and Slay all day. Woo! I don't want to get too loud. The kids are sleeping. Peace.